New information tonight on the White House's cover-up of the Benghazi terrorist attack. Fox News has now learned that 48 hours after that fatal assault, the National Counterterrorism Center and representatives from the FBI briefed members on Capitol Hill and told them there was evidence that al-Qaeda or an al-Qaeda-affiliated group was somehow involved. Well, now here's where things get sticky. According to sources, the very next day, CIA Director David Petraeus, during a Capitol Hill briefing, reportedly said the attack was spontaneous and equated it to a flash mob. So here's the question. Who in the Obama administration asked General Petraeus to go out and change the story? Well, my next guest is demanding, rightly so, to know the answer. His son, Ty Woods, is one of the 4 Americans killed in the Benghazi attack. His son is a Navy SEAL. Joining us is Charles Woods with his children, Jeremiah, Faith, and Hope. Thank you all for being here. I am so sorry your son turned out to be this is one of the most heroic stories I have ever heard in my life. He was told, he was a mile away at the CIA, a mile away from the consulate. He heard the cries for help, was told to stand down twice, and he went anyway.
You know, it does not surprise me at all that my son would disobey direct orders from the White House to stand down and not to help. He's trained as a Navy SEAL never to leave anybody behind. So it does not surprise me one bit that he would jeopardize his military career as well as his life to help save the lives of those 30 other Americans.
You shared with me an email you got from one of the people your son saved.
Okay, this was very touching. I received an email from someone who said, "Your son's sacrifice saved my life." And I was very much touched by that. And he touched many lives, he saved many lives, but he was a hero long before he went to Libya.
What is so frustrating to me is the president, 2 weeks after, is still saying that this is related to a movie trailer. It wasn't true. He's still saying it had to do with the movie trailer, spontaneous. This was a terror attack. He was asked 2 weeks later if it was a terror. He's still blaming the movie. Then we find out that the ambassador requested security. It was denied, and they reduced it. And then we find out that they knew from day one. They could see this in real time. What are we to think of? Why would the president not tell you and your family here and the country the truth?
Why wouldn't they tell me the truth? I don't know what their motivation is, but Hillary, a couple of days later when the bodies were flown in, she had the nerve to lie to me. I knew she wasn't telling me the truth. She's smarter than I am. She had to know that the story that she gave me about the film was not the truth either.
And she said they were going to put them in jail, she told you, the filmmaker.
Well, someone should be put in jail as a result of this, or many people should, but I don't think it's a filmmaker we're talking about.
You blame the president. You blame the White House.
Well, let's just say, I don't want to point any fingers, but obviously people in the White House were watching this happen real time. Someone in the White House, or many people in the White House, watched the events unfolding and knew that if they gave the order to stand down, that my son would die. They watched my son die. As far as I'm concerned, there are people in the White House, whoever it was that was in that room watching that video of my son dying, their cries for help, their order, don't help them at all, let them die. Whoever that might be numerous people. You have the blood of my son. You have the blood of an American hero on your hands. I don't know who you are, but one of these days the truth will come out. I still forgive you, but you need to stand up.
While we're on this, I would like to say, while we're obviously very much connected with Ty, by no means is only him, but there are many other Americans there,
That's right,
including Ambassador Stevens and Glenn Doherty. So, just
Jeremiah, your dad was telling me something. You looked up to your brother.
Yeah, he was obviously a good deal older than me, but growing up, he was definitely someone who I could idolize very much. He was an embodiment of a hero from day one. He'll obviously end up going down as being known for his last act of heroism, but it really started from an earlier age than when he was 41 and in Libya.
Let me ask all of you here, because you all have expressed a strong Christian faith, and can you forgive? I don't know if I would be able to. I was telling you this in the green room, and I'm not kidding. I would be so angry. We'll start with you girls. You're 12 and you're 15.
15, yeah.
It's a lot to ask, when you lose somebody that close to you.
Well, I mean, like, God's in control of everything. We just have to trust him every day.
And you miss your brother.
We do. As a Christian, we should act how Jesus would want us to act. And obviously we need to, like Jesus, he was pretty good and forgiving.
But you also want answers. You want to know the truth.
We do, yeah.
And the main thing is he was told to stand up. Why would you say to stand down when he wanted to help and he had to risk his life? And why, if these cries were being heard not only by your son and by others that did risk their lives, why were they denied help? Because your son died 7 hours after he went in.
I can't imagine anyone with any heart that would watch a battle rage for 7 hours, knowing that heroes were there that were going to be slaughtered if you didn't have help sent in. As we know, the C-130s could have been sent there in less than an hour. Jets could have been scrambled in minutes from many different parts of the globe. The order was, don't help them, let them die. I'm sorry, the people in the military are honorable, and when they make a vow, they're honorable enough to live up to it. Part of that vow is to defend American lives on American soil from all enemies, foreign and domestic. This compound was American soil by international law. I'm speaking as an attorney. By international law, a diplomatic compound is American soil, no matter where it's located. So we had 30 American citizens on American soil. This is no different than if it happened in LA or any other city. It would not take 7 hours normally to scramble the jets to send the 130 if this was on American soil in California or New York or any other place. But I don't know why. Why didn't they do it?
I want the tapes released. The tapes that caused your son to defy orders to stand down. They have those tapes. They have drone tapes.
Okay.
They can release them.
Okay. We're not political. I did not vote for either candidate last time. To be political would
I'm not trying to be political.
Okay, but to be political would be dishonoring to my son's life and death. However, I'm here to honor my son. Part of the process of honoring is to forgive, but part of the other process is truth and to make sure that justice is pursued. I hope that it is, because justice has to be paid for the benefit of everyone.
Thank you for being here. You're all in our thoughts and prayers.
You're a gentleman.
Thank you very much.
I would like to just share one thing.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by heroes. We have a hero right here. Before the show, Sean mentioned that he donates his time to go out and do concerts and raise money to give scholarships to children whose parents have died in action. I said, Ty Jr., Ty's son, just graduated from high school. He needs to go to college. This hero right here. Just a second. Lifted up his phone and said one word, done. Jeremiah just called Ty Jr. and told him, guess what? You can go to college now. You got a scholarship. And Ty said, sorry. Ty Jr. said, sorry, you're a week too late. I just signed up for the Navy for 4 years. I am walking in my father's steps. Now, Ty, he had empty shoes that need to be filled. His son, Ty Jr., is filling those shoes. I want Ty to be a role model for others, that they will walk in his shoes, that other Americans will become American heroes too. Thank you.
Absolutely. There's one more thing I could add along with that. Before Ty left for his last tour, one of the last people to talk to him, he asked Ty about why are you going? I mean, Ty, he'd served 20 years as a SEAL. He had already been involved to the point where he had a pension, and he was financially doing well. He had a wife, a newborn child, and the man asked him, why are you going? Why are you doing something so risky right now with what you have? And what he said was, America needs peoples, and if people to serve, and if I don't go, who will? And I don't know, it's good to see the support for people who are filling those shoes, because they're definitely very big ones.
Your son and your family are in our prayers.
Thank you very
so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And coming up, parts of Manhattan continue.